New today, President Trump announcing he'll hold a press event at the White House Monday to address violent crime in the nation's capital. Both Trump and Vice President Vance in recent days claiming crime is rampant, despite the Metropolitan Police Department reporting a 26% drop in violent crime since this time last year. Joining us now for more is Rob D'Amico, former member of the FBI's hostage rescue team and MSNBC national security and intelligence analyst. Rob, welcome. So let's take a look at some of these numbers broken down for D.C. Robberies are down 28%. Homicides down 12%. Sexual abuse down nearly 50%. But look, Trump has already deployed more federal agents in the city, at least temporarily. So if this data from the Metro PD shows a significantly safer city now over last year, where's the Trump administration getting its information that things are getting worse?
Well, they're not, because it's not. It's a nationwide trend, and it's been going down steadily since COVID across the nation, especially the numbers that you just showed in D.C. It's not about the actual numbers that are going down. It's one story came out from that Doge person that had, an incident, and that happens even when crime's down. But it is also a way he has more control over federal agencies. So if you're putting more federal agencies around D.C., then you have more control over it. So it's not a numbers thing. It's not a fact thing. It's a control thing.
Okay, let's pivot to the purge of top FBI officials this week. The FBI Agents Association expressed concern over the dismissals of former acting director Brian Driscoll and the head of the Washington FBI field office, Steve Jensen, who helped to oversee the investigation into the January 6th riot. These are well-respected men with decades of combined experience. You worked alongside Brian Driscoll at one point, so tell us about him and what his firing is going to do to morale inside the FBI.
Well, I know him by Driz. Driz is a legend. After being made acting director when Kash Patel was getting confirmed, and that was even a mistake. Driz was supposed to be deputy director. Rob Kosane was supposed to be director. They did the press release and it was wrong, so they just kept it because they don't want to go back. But Driz is an unbelievable guy. He was at NCIS before the FBI. He made it down to the FBI's hostage rescue team after being in New York, where I knew him, and I was on HRT for a long time. He had just a stellar reputation on the team, a Medal of Valor and a Medal of basically honor in the FBI. On two occasions, one for overseas operations, one for an incident that happened in New York State. But what caught the attention of the major FBI is when he was acting director, he kind of stood up to naming the agents that worked on the January 6th. He even said he was one of them because he was back in New York during that time and worked on it. So he made a claim where people were like, okay, we have some people that are really standing up for us and saying this isn't right. I think he survived that, though. I think what happened just recently, though, is one of the suspendables, an agent that was fired during the Biden administration, they called them the suspendables. The Republicans used them. They used them for their propaganda. And then they didn't bring them back. Everyone thought when Kash Patel was made director, he would bring them back into the Bureau, and he didn't. He left them all fired. But one of those agents talked about the case agent from Washington field office who was on the public corruption squad that was disbanded. He went from there and he started flying, because he was a pilot too, Kash Patel's G5. So he made an announcement on X saying, oh, this guy that was involved in the public corruption files looking at Trump is now flying the director. I think they were embarrassed. And I think other people basically said, you're going to fire him. That went down to Driz, who is assistant director of the Critical Incidents Response Group that owns the pilots. And Driz, from what I heard, wasn't going to fire him over it. He just kind of refused. And that's kind of the second hit where he's taken with the administration. And that's why he heard was recently let go. So I think it's catching up. Now, when you look back at the confirmation, Kash Patel said he wasn't going to do retribution firings. Either he believed that and he's being told to do these now, or he just said it to get through the confirmation. Either way, I think you have problems. You have either integrity or you have a moral compass that doesn't have you standing up saying, no, it's not right. So I think there's serious issues. and people in the Bureau are really, as you announced, the FBI Association, the Society of Former FBI Agents also came out with that. I really think that these people can't understand in the FBI, politics don't rule what you do. They can't comprehend that. And these agents were just good agents doing what they were told. They were given lawful orders and they carried them out, and they're getting fired for it.
Interesting vignette you told there about Brian Driscoll, but and again, we don't have that reporting, but you are an insider, so we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much. Good to see you, Rob.